Hi everyone, this is a watermelon, and today we're crafting with watermelon. We've all been there. We're outside, it starts to drizzle. Soon it turns to a downpour. We have nothing to protect ourselves with, and we just got our hair done. If only we had some shelter from the rain that we could take with us. Today I'll be showing you just that. Join me as we craft a stylish watermelon umbrella. Let's get to it. All right, let's take a look at what we need to craft our watermelon umbrella. First, the watermelon. This particular watermelon is about 11 inches by 8 inches, which is gonna make a little bit of a dainty parasol, but we'll make it work. Next, we'll need a handle for the umbrella. I have this painter's pole. This will work nicely. You can use pretty much any stick that's gonna be sturdy enough that you happen to have around. Now for tools, we're gonna need something to cut the watermelon open. I'll go into a little bit more depth on that later. Once we have it open, there's all of this red stuff inside. This stuff is pointless. We need to get rid of it. Now what I'm gonna do is take a utility knife and kind of just score it and then chisel it out. You can use a hammer and a chisel, a hammer and a flathead screwdriver. That's probably what I'll be using. Once we have all of that meat stuff out of there, we'll need to kind of smooth the edges, make it look real nice. For that, we'll need a piece of sandpaper. I think that should cover all of the tools that we need. Let's get started. All right, so for opening up the watermelon, we have lots of options. So for example, there's this saw. It's nice and long, can easily go all the way through the watermelon, but the serrated edge on it is gonna be kind of harsh. It's gonna leave a lot to clean up later. And the sawing motion back and forth, it's gonna take a lot of that. That's gonna be a bit of a strain. So I think we'll set that aside for the moment. Today, I think we'll be using this blade. It's still long enough to go all the way through the watermelon. It has this nice granite edge, so it'll leave a nice clean cut on the watermelon. I think this one will do nicely. Before we cut our watermelon, it's important that it has a nice stable base. Today we're going to use this wet paper towel to wrap around the bottom to keep it nice and sturdy while we cut it. So we just want to wrap it around, tuck it in on all edges. There we go. That watermelon's not going anywhere. I'm going to take the slicer that we talked about earlier and begin cutting our watermelon. It's important that we find the center line. That looks good. While applying gentle pressure and smooth motion, the knife easily glides through the watermelon. That'll leave some nice clean edges. Once I open it up, you'll get a good look at the inside of the watermelon. That's the useless red bit I was referring to. It's gotta go. You can see these edges are going to take a little bit of cleanup, but that's pretty smooth. We want to take 1/2 of our watermelon and go ahead and stabilize it again with the paper towels. With our utility knife, we want to make some cuts. This will make it easier to get rid of the inside part that we have no need for. We want nice deep cuts, and then turn it and do the same in the other direction. Now we'll switch to our hammer and screwdriver. We'll use this to chisel under each of these pieces to give us some leverage to pry them out of there. Depending on the size of your screwdriver, It might be a bit of work to get under all of the sides to get each of the chunks out of here. Once we loosen it on all four sides, we should be able to just pull this chunk out of here. And this, we don't need that. I'll continue removing the rest of these chunks. Now that we've gotten all of those bits out of there, you'll notice it's still pretty wet. So we're just going to take some paper towels and go around the inside and dry it out a bit. Our goal is to remove as much of the water as we can, because it'll make smoothing it out much easier. You can start to see the white, but there's still quite a bit of red. So we want to take our sandpaper and just get rid of all that and smooth everything out. Our goal is to have nice, clean edges in here. All this sanding is pulling out quite a bit of water, so we want to take our paper towel and just go around the inside again and try and dry that up as much as we can. So now we just switch back and forth between sanding and drying until we have a nice, smooth, even surface. Don't forget to go around the edges and clean up any rough spots as well. You can continue until you're satisfied with the results. As you can see, we're already getting some nice, smooth edges on this. This is going to turn out excellent. For this step, we'll need a drill and a drill bit that matches the pull that we'll be using for our umbrella handle. We'll be drilling all the way through, so you want to turn your watermelon upside down to reduce the risk of hitting your workbench. Now line up your drill with the very center of the watermelon and carefully punch a hole all the way through. There we go. That should do nicely. With that taken care of, the last step is now to attach our pole. Line it up with the inside and just screw it in. There you have it, our finished umbrella. And there you have it, your very own watermelon umbrella. Perfect for the next time it's wet outside. Stay dry, folks, and I'll see you next time on Crafting with Watermelon.